can't put a stalk on these birds. And conditions are brutal out here. 25 to 35 mile per hour gust. At the time that I made the shot, as I was approaching, I swear it was 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts of snow. They left the woods there. I was sitting on the other side, about 1,000 yards up through there, and I could see them coming down this point. So I circled around and come up this draw and got in really close to them. Shit. I just got busted. Well, I ran out of juice in my regular camera, so I'm having to use my still camera here. Ditched my gear and pulled it out real quick after I made the shot. This is one of the gobblers that I've been after for years. He's I call them the rimrock gobblers. Had to work last night, didn't get to bed till well after midnight, so I didn't get up this morning till almost 6 o'clock. Usually I'm already in the woods and doing some coyote howling by then. The turkeys I was after this morning, they like to gobble right at first light. As soon as there's a little light in the sky, they'll start gobbling. So wasn't happy about being a little late getting here, but I got here, and sure as the world, these gobblers were roosted where they always are. I've been after them for a few years now, and I call them the rimrock gobblers. They're always roosted up in this rimrock. And I think the reason why they do that is on the opposite side of it, it gets real thick with laurel, and there's some benches down in there, and it's some, I believe it's hen nesting area. I've seen where hens going back and forth quite often during the day over the last couple seasons. So I think they like to roost and stay in that area because they're picking up their hens, and they stay henned up almost all season. I don't know why these three particular gobblers tolerate each other, but they do. But this morning, 2 of them was together, and 1 of them was a little further south. This rimrock runs a little over half a mile. And so 2 of them were just above me. I got in down below them, but I didn't get in the best spot. I got into a big tree, but I didn't have much brush in front of me. And once I got set up, they pitched out in front of me, and usually one of the three will come down and start gathering. I'd done some low yelps, and sure as the world, here comes this gobbler down the point like he's on a string. So I put the gun off the safe, got up, and was starting to do some video, and I think it saw my movement with the video camera, so I got busted. They went on up the ridge a little higher, or he did, went a little higher up on the ridge, and was alert putting, and after a little while finally calmed down. Took about 35-45 minutes. When in that time, the third gobbler came from the south and got up with them, and as soon as he got up with them, it just fired them up. And they quickly moved away up higher into the rim rock and kind of to the northwest. So I backed out, hit a ravine, got up to the top of the ridge, and started out across the rim rock to the north. And as I was doing so, I could hear gobblers. There was a couple of them down in the fields to the east, but I could hear two gobblers just over the ridge that I couldn't hear before, and they were really fired up, but I didn't pay them any attention. I just kept coming up the ridge after my rim rock gobblers. I knew it was up this way. So I get to a part where it's got a lot of boulders, a lot of pine needles. I can be relatively quiet. It's kind of open up here. So I'm picking my way through the boulders, and I hear in the laurel over here, I could hear some turkeys coming up out of the laurel. Well, I look up and I see two gobblers step out of the laurel right on the top of the ridge. And one of them was actually kind of quartering towards me. I knew he was within range. I got the scope up on him, made a good 42-yard shot, got up on him, and very, very happy with this turkey. This is a very mature tom. He's got super, super sharp spurs that are at least 1.25 inches. Double bearded. He's only the second gobbler I've ever killed that's double bearded, so I'm real happy with that. Huge body on him. He's got a beautiful tail fan on him, fully intact. So I'm real happy with this bird. I'm glad to have him. It was a good hunt, beautiful day. 48 degrees when I started my hunt. It's probably in the mid-50s by the time I pulled the trigger. I shot him about 25 minutes after 8 this morning, and it's probably getting around 60 degrees now. So real happy to have him. Good day for me. I finally got one of those 3 rimrock gobblers.